go. And we're live.
Okay. Hi there. Gotta tell us. Hi there, and welcome to GemStars, part of the Untold Stories Project, where we are a well-oiled machine. I'm Wiki, and I will be your host and game master this evening. GemStars is an actual play of Mutants and Masterminds, the world's greatest superhero RPG from Green Ronin Publishing, taking place in the original setting of the Fondi. Mutants and Masterminds is a D20-based system that allows players and GMs to create stories featuring all of the greatest heroes and villains of their imagination. One of the fun things about Mutants and Masterminds is the inclusion of the hero points. These allow heroes to re-roll a die, take an extra action, recover from dangerous conditions, make small scene edits, or use their powers in creative ways. Heroes each start with one of these hero points and can gain additional hero points for good role-playing, funny jokes, clever decisions, having their characters' complications used against them, and by your generosity. That's right. If you subscribe, renew a subscription, donate bits to the stream, you will generate one of these hero points that you can give to the player of your choice. We are a small but growing streaming network, and those follows, subscriptions, likes, comments, both here on Twitch and over on YouTube, help to keep us visible, growing, and paying our bills. Now, let's meet our heroes for tonight, shall we? Say, the hunt is on, heroes.
The hunt is on, heroes.
On, heroes?
That was...
Hunt? I don't like... No hunt.
Yes.
Well, we're hunting, right?
Heroes?
The fact that we don't know is the problem.
Heroes, let's go ahead and have you introduce yourselves. Tell us your name, who you're playing, and answer our question of the week, which is, who in the party does your character trust the most, and who do they trust the least?
I find this question extremely rude.
Right?
Do you assume you're going to be the least on a lot of people's lists?
Yes.
Well, let's find out when we start with Brandon.
Hi, everybody. My name is Brandon. I play Kingsley Palace, a.k.a. Jade Crystal, a.k.a. Emerald, the Gemstar of Fortune. Mine are very easy because they're probably pretty obvious. Obviously, the Gemstar I trust the most is our illustrious leader and all-around wonderful person, Ruby. And the Gemstar I trust the least is the one who refuses to tell us anything, and I had to cajole to even get a name out of Elliot.
No. You're too big.
Excuse me.
I'm sorry. I realized as soon as it came out of my mouth, I was not muted.
No, you were not.
See this giant cat trying to sneak his way onto this desk. I'm sorry.
You know what? I'm out.
Well-oiled machine.
There's oil somewhere.
And,
well, yeah, that helps with the
well, everywhere. A little too well oiled. Gears keep slipping. To be fair and to be kind, I will give Elliot probably the one and only chance she'll have to not be the least trusted by passing to Aunt Puppy.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
So I'm Aunt Puppy. I play Elliot, or Alexandrite. Right now, well, I guess now 3 people know my name. Only one of them knows a name that she knows if she calls me it, I will kill her. So she is the Gemstar of Magic. She's still trying to work out what specifically that magic means, but I think I'm slowly getting to what I want her to be. So, again, well-oiled. Just winging it here at this point. So I would say the Gemstar that she trusts the most is probably... I mean, she probably trusts Soda the most just because they're relatively similar. But I think in terms of trust in in battle type setting, it would be Ruby. But I think on a personal level, it would be Soda that she would trust. And I think the one she trusts the least is, and it's not because she doesn't trust me,
No.
but mainly because she's suspicious on the idea of her being so lucky. Since she's been unlucky her entire life. It's one of those things where she's just suspicious of somebody that always has good fortune. So I think it's more not so much like she doesn't trust her because she's like, like I don't like her, don't trust her. It's more like don't trust her because she's like her powers make her uncomfortable. So I think
slander and calumny. Slander and calumny.
I thought it would be more that she can't trust anybody who's not freaking happy all the time.
Yeah, that's true too. Like I think the positivity people are what make her uncomfortable. So I think so I think Morganite and Emerald are probably the two that she probably will have the hardest time connecting with, just purely because of. But I think her seeing Emerald unhappy, as weird as that sounds, made her feel a little bit closer to her. So
like, hey, you actually are real.
Right. Like I think that's like she just thought they were pretend people kind of thing. So let's see. Well, since apparently I'm too big for this, I'm gonna go ahead and pass it to Joe.
Great. Okay, well, I'm Joe. I play Sodalite, aka lots of other names for her. And the GemStar of Freak. There's been so many words tossed about for her powers, like they might have been meant for one thing, but she's definitely using them for another. And as for who in the party does she trust the most and the least? Yes. She deals in information and secrets. Yeah, so she unfortunately sees everyone as buckets of information that can be beneficial to her as long as she utilizes them in the correct time and in the correct way. But that's also coming from the fact that she's never had friendship since she left the tribes. And the last friend she had came back from their rite of passage different and forgot her. And so there's a little bit of jadedness there that she wants to say Amber, but she can't quite anymore. That's the only little hiccup.
I'd like to change my answer on who I trust the least.
Okay, I'll put this giant asterisk next to her that she's just like coming into it. The trust and don't trust is staying the same, but she also has this really weird thing developing that she kind of has a conscience because she's starting to consider them all friends. And that feels really weird. And so she doesn't want to trust them because that's a weird sensation.
To be fair, we're not friends anymore, so there's that.
Just because of my cats?
No, because of her.
I thought Elliot's cat was the one that was the problem.
Those damn cats.
Freaking cats, man. Freaking cat.
Yeah. So yeah, she trusts and doesn't trust everyone equally, only because of her own issues. So yeah, I'm going to I'm just gonna go straight down. Calvin.
Oh, that is me. I forgot the entire layout because that's not what my Zoom window looks. Anywho, hello.
Well-oiled machine.
Give me a couple more weeks and this won't be stressful.
Hey, Deuce.
Won't be any better, just will be less stressful.
Exactly. Hey everyone, I'm Calvin. I'm playing Arcelia, aka Ruby, the GemStar of Strength. And to answer said question, who do I trust the most, or who does Ruby rather trust the most and the least? I mean, she does kind of just immediately trust everyone that has a gem and is on the team. Like Emerald and Morganite, they're already friends. Amber, she kind of wanted Amber to be the leader. She assumes Amber is the most like competent of everyone here. So, and I mean, for like Sodalite and Alexandrite, I mean, yeah, kind of had to really fight to get a name out of Alexandrite, and yeah, Sodalite snuck into her home that one time, and then they never really talked about it.
What's a little burglary on the thread?
A little
B&E.
B&E between friends.
Exactly. She remembers, but she hasn't brought it up because it's like everybody here was picked out of every single person in LaFondie to be on this specific team at this specific time, so they can't possibly do any wrong. And I'm sure that won't come back to
That'll
her
be
at all.
fine.
Purity of that statement kind of hurts my heart.
Right?
You are the leader. That faith alone means you're the leader.
Yeah, with that good. I mean, you might be the leader in like the Sailor Moon sense, where you're like, you're not the best tactician, you're not the smartest, but you are the heart that holds everyone together.
Exactly.
That's exactly what that was.
That's kind of what her leadership role is right now.
Although I feel like Morganite is probably very similar in that.
Yeah.
She's the conscience. She holds the conscience of the group. It's fine.
Yep.
Someone has to. And I guess with that, I'll pass it to Aaron.
Huh? What? No, I already answered the question. Let's go on.
You did not, in
Did
fact,
you?
answer the question.
No, I did. I totally did.
No.
Rewind the tape.
No, you did not.
Lies and deceptions.
Hi, so I'm Aaron.
Chaos.
I'm playing Braylon, the Amber Gemstar of Transmutation. And Amber trusts all of you equally.
Which means we are all the ones that they trust the least.
Okay. The answer really is Amber would, without hesitation, trust any of you with their life. Amber probably trusts Tetcha the most, but at the same time feels that Tetcha is the one who is probably the most likely to end up turning on them.
Interesting.
Wonder why that is.
They probably think that Morganite, Emerald, and Ruby are all equally trustworthy. And like I said, Amber would trust them with their life without any hesitation. And actually, they feel like Alexandrite and they probably have the most in common. We just haven't ever really had the opportunity to talk about it. So, but for reasons I don't want to go into, Amber has, Amber has reasons to believe that all of you would turn on them.
Amber has trust issues, is what we're trying to say.
And it's fair. I feel like Alexandrite is going to do it at some point in time.
Yeah. So, with that out of, I mean, I look, I'm not going to say I felt personally attacked by this question.
No.
No, I really did, because I didn't know how to answer it without either just flat out lying or revealing a lot more about what's going on in Amber's head than I was prepared to. So
Look, I have a list of potential questions, and I just pulled one that seemed the most relevant in this
I
moment.
just want to point out, by the way, that with these questions, the more we learn about 5 of our characters, and just the more questions we develop about Amber.
That is very true.
I appreciate
throwing
that
that out
you're
there.
all focused on Amber, and I know some stuff about y'all.
Well, I mean, to be clear, Brandon is focused on Amber, but Amber has done a really good job of revealing kind of basic information so that everyone thinks that Alexandrite is the really sneaky, suspicious one.
Amber has revealed just about everything you guys have asked,
Yeah,
as long as there has been time to answer it. The only thing Amber has been evasive about has been there is way too much to explain at this moment.
That's exactly what I'm saying. We don't know how much the depths of what we don't know about Amber.
Fair.
But we know there's a lot we don't know about Alexandra.
You think there's a lot you don't know. And
I just learned her name an hour ago.
for those playing along at home right now, we are in fact trying to stretch time a little right at this moment.
Because Jemmy is in the middle of logging on.
Yes. They have just arrived, and we'd like to let them introduce themselves and answer this question.
To be fair to like the Alexandrites, the distraction, it does not help that someone that looks normal in this world is as chaotic as Sodalite about things. That technically, behavior-wise, Alexandrite fits in better. Soda's out of her depth when it comes to like, I'm always around the same people. I still need to be sneaky.
Yeah, good luck with that with your big bright orange nose.
That's still there.
Oh yeah, that's still there.
Does it give me disadvantage? Or take my sneak down?
Yeah, oh yeah, there's going to be a penalty for that.
Okay.
Do not anger the 1 foot man.
Soda, with your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight?
Jimmy, you're on mute.
Was aware. Hi, I need to make sure my microphone was working because I was having problems with those.
So Jimmy, you're the only one left. Introduce yourself, your character, and answer the question of the day.
I'm Jemmy. My computer is loading at a very slow speed. But I play Mary Morganite. I'm very tired and just ran up here. And I would like a refresher on what the question of the day is.
Who do you trust the most? Who do you trust the least?
Okay. Okay, so
who does Mary trust the
Mary.
most?
Yeah.
Who does Mary trust the least?
Yeah.
Let's make that clear, because I feel like there's different answers there depending on.
What? No. Actually,
There's absolutely
The parental unit is in the game too. Like,
literally. So for who, I'm gonna actually start with the least because it's probably like more so just like the least positive because Mary is very trusting, which is Elliot, but it's only just because they haven't really had time to talk with Elliot and like get to trust them.
I'm feeling very attacked right now, guys.
Well, you did choose the
stop
mysterious
being
character.
So untrustworthy.
You only got two least trusted. I mean,
That's
I think
true,
you're
I did.
pretty good.
That's true.
And I would say this as like very like much like the least trust is still Mary would probably put her life in your hands. So
The terrible
you're
life.
still trusted, just on the limit. But for who Mary trusts the most, I'm gonna have to say is probably a tie between Teta and Braylon. It's
I was
because
not expecting that answer. Okay.
No.
well, it's because of the fact that Mary has been like interacting the most in the chaos with those two, and has been in the most stressful situations with those two always there. So it's that certain level of trust of I can trust you. So also because Tata saw her, both of them have actually seen her mom. Tata saw her when she was crazy, and then when she got expelled. So it's kind of that whole like I've been going through a lot and you've been there, so I feel like I can rely on you.
You trust those two over your actual friends?
I need to emphasize, it is not a matter of who would I go hang out with. It is a matter of if I am about to die, who am I calling?
But still, Ruby. I feel like Ruby should have been that answer. I mean, yeah, like
Amber can get like out fast, and Teta can kill whatever's in the way. Like she doesn't support the killing, but
in the most practical way, Ruby is fantastic bait.
It's one of our best qualities.
There is all kinds of stuff I did not expect coming out right now.
I do want to point out, by the way, that when it comes to like the idea of trusting them with their life and with Elliot, you know, and trusting Lise, Emerald still doesn't trust her with her life. She trusts her luck will get her through.
No, like I'm just saying, like in the end, it's like though Mary still trusts everyone is the thing. That's why I'm playing the power of friendship character.
Right. Yeah, I was gonna say in Mary's case, I have a feeling like the range from most trusted to least trusted is about that far.
Literally,
It's about the range
like,
for Alexandrite between least trusted and most trusted.
There's still like a bit of a difference. It's only like the worry is just like I would like to know your name and what you know, but it's not like that whole like I can't trust you because you won't. It's more of just like that there's a reason and I wish I understood.
So we learned that Mary is the anti-Alexandrite.
We already knew that.
We already knew that.
That's not something.
I mean, to be
we
fair,
learned.
though, I did say I did not trust her very much either. So, I mean, there's that.
I missed that. I just came back.
All right, so
Oh, my computer.
Alvin got some moral support.
yeah, I
Indeed.
think Ruby needs moral support after all that.
Sorry.
So,
I wasn't gonna say you were bait.
So now that I've stirred up some stuff in among the group, which was
think
very much not my plan.
And yet.
That question.
When last we saw our magical girls, they were still separated into two teams. The Galliana team, consisting of Emerald, Ruby, and Alexandrite, continued their nighttime adventures in the Citadel Arcanum, leading to the uncovering of the Project Atlas conspiracy, a project meant to allow travel to and from the dark world of Shadowfall. The team in Pearl, Amber, Sodalite, and Morganite, completed their rescue of the 4 formerly soulless members of the consulate and retreated to Mary's now empty home so that they could have a safe space to stash those rescuees and to have some conversations.
Yep, we just got a subscribe from Jupe, and we also had one earlier from Deuce.
Yep. And
Thank
Deuce
you.
threw his 0 point at Jemmy.
That hero point has already been dealt out.
Oh, awesome. I can't like see
So
these
let me know who, did you say it was Jupe?
Jupe. Yep.
Where that hero point should go. Both teams, much to their annoyance, also had brief run-ins with a very small, very powerful being that seems to be observing and writing about them. We now rejoin the Galliana team as Lightrise breaks across Lake Ontovia and creeps into their room inside the Citadel. I don't know if you guys are awake, asleep.
You were so close to saying Lake Ontario, and there were going to be so many jokes.
I did not.
Calvin.
I know.
I heard it.
I want to make clear that I did not name that lake. Andy named that lake.
Okay.
The purveyor of truth and knowledge.
That's right.
Oh, Jupe gave it to Calvin.
Thank you.
Sorry if you hear a lot of muttered complaints tonight. My computer's browser does not want to run faster than a snail.
So, Ruby, Emerald, Alexandrite.
I'm gonna probably say, given she didn't go to sleep when the others did, she is emotionally and physically exhausted. She's probably still out cold and like just curled up into like the smallest ball possible, probably at the foot of Ruby's bed.
Like a cat?
Yeah.
Okay. Or wait, your animal's a hedgehog, isn't it? So you're curled up like the little hedgehog. Oh my gosh, you're curled up together.
I mean,
No, you definitely are not.
Wait, isn't the hedgehog with us?
What if the hedgehog was just like sleeping right here?
Probably. But
She's
wait
not
for-
saying I'm curled up with Ruby. She's saying that I'm curled up in a ball.
Yeah, like a hedgehog.
Yeah.
But the hedgehog would not be. The hedgehog doesn't do cuddles.
Oh, no.
Oh.
I'm not curled up with the hedgehog. I'm curled up like the
Building
hedgehog.
metals.
Gotcha.
yeah, Ruby was probably up pretty early. But if Emerald is still like sleeping there in her bed, she's not gonna want to like get up and disturb her. So
Cat on your lap.
So I am curled up like a cat.
pretty much. So she has just been lying awake, occasionally checking on Emerald if she sees any like movement or if it seems like her sleep's being disturbed in any way. Kind of wishing there was a book or something within arm's reach. So otherwise, just sort of.
What book or something is she wishing it was in arm's reach?
Oh, I mean, obviously one
What
of the
volume are you on?
Yeah.
On this reread.
On this reread, she is just getting to the end of the third book.
So, just as you're like, man, I really wish I could get that. You look over at the bedside table, and exactly what you were wanting is on that table.
And she'll start reaching for it and then pause and then look around and see if this was caused by the what did we give that guy's name? Little Teacup? Or
Oh yeah, a little teacup.
if this was
Yeah, Little
caused
Teacup.
by the building that might be alive.
I mean, you don't see little teacup.
Seems trustworthy enough. She will pick up the book and then try to find her place. I don't know if it has a bookmark in it. So.
This is actually, it's not a book. As I said, actual
true.
books are pretty. This is like a Kindle, sort of like the Lafandi equivalent of what a Kindle would be. So
Easy enough then. So she'll find the chapter that she had last finished on, and that'll at least get her through the morning.
To clarify, just to make sure that it is clear, you woke up and discovered that Emerald was curled up in a ball at the foot of your bed. And you're not sure how she got there, but
she needs some sleep. If this is how she gets it, then it's fine.
Well, Elliot does not sleep usually during the day or during the nighttime. She's usually awake, so she's very thrown off. So she's such an asshole. So she got up and was wandering around trying to find something to drink, as in adult beverages. So she's wandering around trying to find that. She never really found anything. So she also couldn't find the room after she left. So she's been wandering the halls just kind of aggressively, like kicking indoors, looking for her friends.
okay, so as you do that, okay, first of all, the idea that alcohol would be in the same space with a bunch of junior mages is hilarious to me.
Literally
That's
have no idea what these things are.
That's not a thing. And secondly, I imagine that Alexandrite is getting more and more irritated as she continues to roam the hallways looking for her room. Because the second she started physically battering the building started fighting back. So you've just been going in a circle, kicking in the same door over and over and over. And it's a privy door. And you keep scaring the same mage over and over and over again.
Oh God.
And if you do it one more time, that same mage may have something to say about it.
It's like the evil room of requirement.
So she's done it, let's say 20 times. She's gone around in circles, not realizing she's gone around in a circle. So she's about to hit 21, and she just goes and just kind of quietly opens the door, and is just really, really hopeful that it's the door she wants. Because at no point in time did she realize this was the same mage. Because to her, all of the Lafondian mages look the exact same to her. So she doesn't realize that it's the same one that she just thinks she keeps scaring different ones every time she opens the door.
Yeah, she just thinks she's on the bathroom floor.
Yeah, she just thinks like she's on the dorm room floor, and she's just going aggressively scaring all these mages, these different mages. So she hasn't really realized that it's a different door. So she kind of walks up to the door on the 21st time and just kind of goes, I really hope this is the right one. Because again, no idea that this has been the same door over and over and over again. And she just gently turns the handle.
So, as you have been walking through the hallway, basically in a circle, the color of the walls in the building, which are typically sort of a light pastel-y, translucent, flowing colors, sort of just moving through the spectrum of colors. It had actually turned like a deep opaque red. And now as you reach for the door, like a normal person to open the door, the color starts to fade into pinks, and you open the door and sort of peek through it, and once again it's a privy. Once again it's that mage who is like, okay, I'll leave. I don't know why you're so obsessed with this bathroom. And you close the door. As you close the door, the hallway color in the hallway shifts from pinks into sort of light blues, and the way that it's flickering makes you think the building is laughing at you.
I hate it here. So I'm assuming now that it's not a circle anymore, that now it's like I can see the hallway now.
Yeah, you can see there's suddenly a stairwell. You think maybe you should go up.
Okay, so she's going to go up the stairwell, and is there any, because I assume the door would be somewhat marked with numbers or something, like something to indicate where I'm supposed to be. I probably got lost.
Well, to be fair, they didn't expect you guys to just go roam in the hallways in the middle of the night.
Well, I'm invisible, so I mean, like, I'm just gonna
To
wander
the
around.
house. The house sees everything.
I know.
So eventually you make your way back to you make your way back to your room, because it's like a bright, glowing doorway. Like, it definitely says here's where you need to be. dummy.
Like the building is telling me,
here.
this
Yeah,
is where you should be, you idiot.
yeah, more or less.
Feels right. She is still going to aggressively open the door, but not kick it in aggressive. She's just gonna kind of slam it open and just like start yelling about the house is alive. It was laughing at me. Like basically she's gonna sound like a crazy person coming in the room. And she's just like aggressively yelling because she's just very angry about what just happened to her for the last like hour. And then she's just gonna sit on the bed quietly and just stare at Ruby. She's not gonna say anything else. She's just gonna yell her piece, and then she's just gonna sit down and stare at Ruby, just like.
Well, first Ruby's gonna make sure that didn't wake Emerald up.
I feel like that probably woke Emerald up.
So,
What?
I guess we're all adjusting to this place.
The building was laughing at me.
And now that she's awake, she will proceed to stretch like a cat.
She's gonna purr into Ruby.
Well, Ruby definitely thinks it's super cute. Okay, maybe don't piss off the
Building?
the whole, yeah. It seems to have some control over where you go, obviously, and it can give you things if you're nice to it. It gave me this, and she holds up the tablet.
Yeah, you know what it gave me? The same room 21 times.
I mean, what were you doing?
Nothing.
That seems unlikely.
I mean, I was trying to find the room, and I just kicked the door open. And then I just kept seeing this one person peeing over and over and over again. It was weird.
What, did you kick the door 21 times?
No.
20.
Times.
Oh, okay. I guess my math was off there.
The 21st time I opened it gently, that's when the building started laughing at me.
I mean, I guess you did learn your lesson on the 21st try, so I guess that's...
I thought they were different rooms. I didn't realize this was the same person. All these mages look the same. They're like robes and stuff.
I mean, that seems like a pretty simplified
To be
version.
clear, every mage looks different. They're all dressed differently based on where they're from in Lafandi, based on their rank, based on a lot. They all look very different. Just to be clear, they have different skin colors, different hair colors, different eye colors, different heights, different body shapes.
I don't know if Alexandrite notices that.
I mean, to be fair, he was peeing. So, I mean...
You kicked down a men's restroom 20 times?
I mean,
I don't know. Are they
Lafandi bathrooms tend to be gender neutral.
Okay.
Okay, so I just kicked a bathroom
door open 20 times.
Well, look at it this way. You also helped protect the entire region here, so since the house had its laugh, which I didn't know was a thing it could do, it sounds like you two, maybe if you just, don't keep kicking its insides, you two will get along okay.
like kicking its bladder just over and over and over again.
You might have been.
I was showing you the restroom.
Yeah, could be. Like, here is what you are kicking over and over and over again. All right, well, what's the plan for today? Because I would like to not be in this building.
The plan is to go find a general.
Behind Alexandrite, the wall behind Alexandrite turns a really deep, dark blue just around Alexandrite and then fades away. I don't know if Alexandra probably doesn't even notice it.
No, I would say because if it's behind her, she's sitting on the bed. So,
Ruby, did you?
Yeah, I think the building knows who we're talking about. Do you know General Acasta?
It turns bright. The whole room turns bright red.
Okay.
so red is the color it turned it when I hit the door the 20th time. So I think red means angry.
I don't suppose you can tell us where he is.
No change.
Okay.
Or any information we get about him to try and make headway on this problem.
No change.
Well, considering Acosta's been leading the attack on the mages, I can see why this place would be pissed off.
Yeah, definitely.
So let's, I guess, get ourselves up and get ready and get something to eat probably, and then we'll hook up with the rest of the team and figure out where to go. If we're facing this guy, I'd rather we all be together. I don't like the idea of splitting up again.
Hey, building. I guess we never thought to check with you. I'm sure you heard our discussions yesterday evening and late last night. Are you going to be okay with us trying to ally with Acasta against the Shadow Fall?
The wall directly behind you turns the exact shade of green that your hair and outfit and everything become when you are a GemStar.
Oh, you're so wonderful. And I attempt to give the wall a hug.
So when you turn around, the table in your room, the dining area of your little suite there, has now been, all of the food has been refreshed. It's now standard breakfast foods, as opposed to last night's dinner foods.
She'll set about getting something to eat and then doing her morning workout because this physique takes work.
Emerald will eat breakfast and surreptitiously watch Ruby working out.
Elliot is going to poke everything and just continually barrage everyone with questions of what's that? What's that? What's that? What's that? Is that gross? What's that?
Here, why don't you read this for a bit?
That's a chair. You don't want to eat that.
Can I eat that? She's like pointing at random, like the silverware. Can I eat that? Like, she doesn't understand what any of this is.
No, that's a fork. You use that to comb your hair.
She 100% is messing with you somewhat because she definitely knows what silverware or what tableware is. So as Elliot continues to be Elliot, let's take a jump over to Pearl and Mary's house, where I'm assuming most everyone is sleeping or has slept. Most of the consulate is asleep currently, still sleeping wherever you assign them to sleep.
I don't have that many rooms. So let's take a big sleepover in the living room.
Big sleepover in the living room.
The console doesn't have sleepovers, so here's your first one.
The console from Larmar, however, Portia Cooper, is sitting in her confinement chair.
Just time out.
Glaring daggers at everyone, including the people that are asleep.
I'll tell you this, Mary hasn't been getting that much sleep because she's stressed.
She is clearly unhappy about the fact that she cannot offer up her opinion right now.
Right, we made her shut up.
Uh-huh.
Father, you're on mute. I heard you from the other room.
Said we sure did.
So the Hydrox, Borvis, and Dorna are all still asleep.
So Soda's gonna go over to Portia and like squat down in front of her and kind of look her dead in the eyes and be like, "You're not the only one from Larimar. I understand the loyalty and protectiveness, but you have to be intelligent enough to realize something else is going on here, or you're part of the problem. Do I need to look into you?" That's a yes. Okay, thanks. And walks away. And she's gonna reach out to some of her contacts to ask about dirt on Portia.
Okay. I'll let you know what you do and don't find after the session.
Yeah. I mean, Mary's just kind of pacing.
So are all three of Team Pearl still, are they currently awake? And have
Probably.
have they been awake all night?
Yeah. I mean, maybe Mary took a little bit of a nap, but like not long.
I feel like Soda would have absolutely recommended shifts. So someone was awake throughout the night. And that way everyone gets a little bit of sleep, but we all keep an eye on like the important politicians that we just rescued.
So if you did not, and this includes Team Galliana, if you did not sleep, you will be fatigued this morning. Unless you have some special thing that means you don't need sleep.
Okay.
Obviously.
Let's go. Fatigue. Whoop, whoop. I have hero points and healing. It's fine. We can get rid of that somewhere. Yeah, though.
Oh, and Soda definitely did that exchange with Portia when she was the one on watch. So no one else hopefully heard that exchange.
Yeah, you're real intimidating with your bright orange nose.
Oh yeah, no, that's fine.
That's fine.
Oh yeah. Oh, sure is. Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I guess it is Mary's house. Like, come morning, Mary's making breakfast.
Okay.
She knows the house, the ingredients, the utensils.
Yeah. Say Braylon has probably been using most of the night to basically use their Vox to try to find what information they can gather from across LaFondi. They I have contacts, I have well-informed and connected and an eidetic memory. So
okay, so you like checking like the news feeds and that kind of stuff?
Yeah, news feeds, people who I have ever used as, resources, just messaging and saying, hey, you're in Galliana. What can you tell me about what's happening in Galliana? You're over in, obviously, I'm assuming that the nomad tribes probably don't have a lot of tech among them, so there's probably not a quick way to get a message home. But
they don't really carry tech at all. They don't really use or carry tech at all in the Expanse. So yeah, there's not an easy way to find out what's going on there.
Yeah, I figured that, but yeah, basically just using my web of connections to get as much information as I can before we all meet back up.
So some of the things you will find out, and most of it is going to be sort of, most of it isn't concrete knowledge. Most of it's sort of rumors of things that are happening.
Sure.
It's fairly reliable sources of this information, but even those sources are sort of saying information on anything is hard to get right now. So, these are the rumors, these are the things that we're hearing.
Mhm.
So Galliana seems to be completely on lockdown. If you're not a mage, you can't seem to get in or out of Galliana, is the hubbub. That is hubbub you happen to know to be true because you helped set up the you helped to set up the impetus for that. So
Right. I mean, I was gonna say that's the way it should be. I'd be scared if it wasn't it.
yeah. There's a lot of movement all over Lafandi from the various military installations. And nobody can tell quite exactly what any of that movement actually is. But there's a lot of movement inside those installations, movement to and from those installations. Surprisingly, none of the troops seem to be moving toward Galliana at this point. A lot of the movement to and from actually seems to be headed more toward Pearl. Larimar is completely locked down. There's no magical barrier, but you're not getting in there without the possibility of being murdered, essentially. So people are staying away from there unless they have very good reason to go. Nothing from the Expanse. There's no rumors or anything about anything going on in the Ash Wastes. Eopidon seems to be going business as usual. The one thing that you were not expecting to hear, and is really the only thing that surprises you at all, is regarding the Palace Aramoto's explosion.
Uh-huh.
In that multiple news outlets and many of your sources have the same type of information about many eyewitnesses and the building's, for lack of a better term, security footage. Again, when it comes to recording images, it's not the same as it is in our world. It's more pixelated, but that kind of stuff does exist. It has leaked that the reason that they are looking for Kingsley Palace is that she was seen entering the building that morning and seen running away from the building immediately after the explosion.
Okay.
And some of her credentials were used to get into some various offices and areas of the building that morning.
Okay. Well, that's terrible.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, that's what Bray was doing overnight. Being a good little spy master.
So, what does this group want to do now that everyone's awake?
It's breakfast time.
And light has risen. Another day has begun.
Eat breakfast and
Soda will just like show up at the table, just like, this smells amazing. What are you cooking? Oh my gosh.
Just a simple breakfast. Mom makes it most mornings, but she's not here.
So she's just gonna like peek over your shoulder and it's just like, it's so much. You eat this for morning meal every day?
Yes.
It's the beast. Is this just for you or is this for everyone? Sorry.
Everyone.
Oh wait. Sits back down in the chair like, I'll be good. And I remember how this works. Okay.
Oh.
I remember how this works.
Well, we have guests. I would assume it'd be rude to not at least make them food for the first morning. They're going to be at my house. Quiet. Because, if they are awake, Mary has been lying. This is not her house, so
right.
let's not make them think we're lying to them.
So there's a whole door. They can't hear through the door. It's fine.
All right. So yeah.
Breakfast.
So we should eat and make sure that our guests are taken care of, and then we should contact
Oh
the
my
rest.
God, they're going to kill their prisoner.
No.
That's not what I said.
You clearly said you wanted to make sure their guest was taken care of.
So the first of the consulate to wander in will actually be Borvis, who wanders in with a big yawn. Goes, hey, the tea's great, but some calf maybe.
Braylon will hand him a cup.
He'll take the cup and as he's taking the first sip, actually gives Braylon a little wink, grabs some like a big chunk of bread or something from a basket and goes, I'm gonna go keep an eye on Miss Thing out there.
Oh, that's probably not a bad idea. They're making breakfast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as I said, we need to unrestrain their mouth if we want her to eat.
I mean, the Fondians can go for 4 days without food or water, so.
Well, yes, but I would rather not.
Under the right circumstances, it can be longer.
We don't. Okay.
I like you.
So, Ruby, what do you think they're talking about over in that?
Well, they got everybody out of the consulate, so I'm sure they're just relaxing. We'll let them sleep in for a bit.
And he's like, all right. And he takes another chunk of whatever he grabbed and heads back out into the sleepover area.
Yay.
Were you in a rush? Can I savor this?
You can take your time to eat. We still have some planning to do, so. Even then, if.
Acasta's bad, and we gotta stop him. That seems simple.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Well, yes, but I think it's just a little bit more involved.
Okay. Find Acasta. Stop his plans. Maybe kill him, depending on how he behaves. Look, I said maybe. That's improvement.
It's improvement. It's improvement.
Okay.
So you hear another voice go, who are you killing?
No one.
As you
Currently.
No one currently? That's
that's the truth. No one's
Who's
dying
saying this?
in here.
Not. So Consul Dorna, Bria comes in, has just walked in as you were saying that.
This is why Mary's like, this is why we don't talk about murder.
Yeah, because then you get hit with premeditation.
I mean, this is why you don't eat in the same place that you sleep, but I'm not going there.
I'm so sorry.
I'll come back. She turns around.
Do you want breakfast? It's really delicious. Sorry.
We'll bring it out. We'll bring it out.
Oh, man.
This is why we don't talk about killing
I'm
people.
not going to kill anyone.
No, we're not. So we don't mention it.
I feel like I'm lying, though.
You are.
Lie?
Never mind. I don't lie. That's the thing is like I've never found a reason to lie. I just don't say things that aren't. I'm gonna stop talking.
Good. Okay.
Don't worry. They're
Eat some
just
popcorn.
Squeamish. You're not going to get out of this without someone dying.
The
Cat.
cat.
Yeah.
Cat never really laughed. Cat was just silent.
Hi, Your Majesty.
Well, she was sitting on actually
Good morning.
timeout person's lap, if I'm not mistaken.
Don't touch me. And then you feel the weight come off of your
Ooh,
shoulder
awesome.
again as
Do you want some food?
you hear as the paws hit the table.
I can prepare you a bowl. Plate,
Of what?
anything you want?
Oh, that's a mistake.
Anything that I have already prepared that you would like to try some of?
I really want to say something, but I don't want to give this away yet.
No, give it away. It'd be
Nope.
funny to reveal it over breakfast.
Nope. Too early. So have any cream? Heavy cream?
Yeah, I think there's some of that. It's like literally getting a bowl of milk for a cat.
Essentially, yes.
I mean, she'll do it.
At least she's not asking you to hunt down a mouse.
She do that
We're
herself.
gonna have a problem. If she
Exactly.
did.
She could, but I think she'd enjoy it more if she forced someone else to do it for her.
They wouldn't prepare it right.
That's probably true.
Mhm.
Soda's gonna like peek through the door, make sure someone's not coming through this time.
when they set down a bowl of cream that will be just like drink mysteriously.
And just
Well,
lock up.
you set it down in front of where you think the cat is.
Where I heard the cat's paws hit.
Yeah. And you hear and that's it.
Can I use?
I think that's not getting a bowl of cream.
I want to say, can I use mind reading, but not so much to like read the cat's mind, but use that as like a way to pinpoint exactly where she is when she's not touching me.
You can try.
Okay, that's fair. I feel like that was a really weird way to try to use that spell or power. Is that what I do?
There's no die
Oh.
roll for mind reading.
Yeah, it's
It's
I
just
need to know what the DC is.
20.
Yeah, you can 100% tell that she is sitting right in front of that bowl.
Just gonna like pick it up to where it's like kind of closer to her mouth.
I can't drink it. I'm not alive.
Yeah, no, the whole skeletal chest made that
just-
apparent.
I just put it down. I just want to look at it.
Oh,
Remember it. Go about your day. Mind your business.
So Soda's gonna run out in the backyard and try to find either some natural catnip, mint, or silvervine.
Let any
One
of
of
that
them.
grow in their
Don't taunt
backyard.
a dead cat.
It's not to taunt. I was gonna like bring it in, chop it up, and like sprinkle it into it to be like, here's some garnish that I know you would like if you were alive.
I think she might get mad at that.
Just trying.
You could probably find mint.
Yeah.
That's a pretty standard thing.
Okay.
I mean, like, once all of breakfast is finished, it's going out to the consoles and everyone else to eat because
We
it's
need to
sleeping.
feed them, and then we need to be on about our business.
Exactly. And I need to know which one of them I can trust in the kitchen.
When you come out, Boris is still sipping on his calf and eating some bread, and looks up and goes, "Are you guys killing, and do you need help?"
We're not killing anyone.
Well, you change your mind, and he gives a certain console a very pointed look. If you change your mind, let me know.
I'd say it's not off the table, but it's not part of the current agenda.
Okay. For me, breakfast. Eat up.
But we do need to attend to other matters.
I assume that you would like us to remain here.
You're not
That's Hydrox.
prisoners, but you're probably safer here than you would be anywhere else.
Mhm.
Well, most of you aren't prisoners.
Portia just goes,
Are we going to ungag her so she can eat?
she flips you all the gem.
Yeah.
Wow.
We kind of did restrain her.
We did, but she also kind of deserved it.
Yep, you're doing wonders for that mage military relationship.
No comment.
But yes, we do believe that you would all be safer here. Certainly than returning to Pearl. I mean, yeah, we're still in Pearl, but...
Back to not the magistrate.
The consulate.
Thank you.
I
mean, I'm pretty comfortable here. So, I don't have a problem.
There's still a bit of food in there, and
Yes, you should be good for a while.
I think like the only thing is like leave it cleaner than you found it.
Don't make my acquaintance upset when they come back.
Yeah.
We're not gonna burn the place down unless you need us to.
No,
don't
that shouldn't be required.
think there's going to be that need.
Okay, then it should be fine.
Okay. Ready to do this? Ready to go?
Yeah.
Sure.
Ruby?
Yeah, Ruby, she asked the building for like a pull-up bar, so she's just in the middle of doing
Is she doing the
salmon
that
ladder?
Yeah,
salmon
she's
ladder?
doing that.
If the roof is tall enough for it.
It sure can be.
Oh, then.
Emerald is now just obviously gawking.
Sorry, it's like literally that like dumb image in my head of like when you like call someone and they're like, "Yeah, what's up?" And you're like, "What's going on?" And like a video call, and you're like, "Did I catch you at a bad time?" No, I'm
No,
good.
fine. What's up?
What's up?
No,
I mean,
some middle
honestly-
gains.
Braylon's content to watch that for a few minutes, but
Yeah, Elliot's just staring like in pure amazement, but also like severe confusion. Just like, what is happening?
So
I don't know, but
underneath
don't
and
ruin it.
underneath and to the side of Ruby working out, you see Shelby. She's on her back and she's doing.
Oh,
So you know she's like curling in on herself.
I'll focus on her. I'll focus on her.
Good technique.
So wait, did we boop in to see all of this, or did we do like
We
the?
did.
I mean,
Oh,
I thought we were
into
just
this.
kind of doing a psychic, hey, we're on our way. But
Well, that's like 5 seconds apart. Hey, we're on our way. Boop.
Fair.
It's not exactly a warning.
Oh wait, are you guys trying to boop in?
Oh
That's not gonna work.
no, we can't technically boop in because of the shield.
Oh.
Yeah, you're gonna get shunted. You don't want to get shunted.
No, we don't. Anyways, okay, fun visual, but
But wasn't it like our mind link? Wasn't it? We kind of were.
We can.
seeing what
You
we
can-
were seeing?
You can choose to send each other
Okay.
pictures, like visual mind stuff, but you
We're
can't
trying to-
actually see through each other's eyes or anything like that.
I think if we're trying to get to all of their minds, I know what Emerald is sending back.
The Emerald is not sending anything. You may dig some things out, but
By mistake, you call someone up and you just accidentally like, okay, I'm sorry.
whoops.
well,
I'm reminded. No, I'm not going to go there.
well, Ruby's not going to post her gym pics in the group chat. So.
My poster for you.
I mean, she can.
Yeah, no one's gonna be mad about it.
Is this cool? Is this cool? I don't want...
What I feel like Ruby is this like does not realize like how much everyone is gawking at her in like a
Stop, Mary, stop,
triple
Mary.
sense.
It's
It's
just
just
like,
like everyone's like, oh, she's got really good form. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, she's got really good form.
yeah, yeah, she got really good form.
Same sentence, very
but
different
the
meaning.
intent.
Yeah, the vibe is different.
A little bit.
Okay.
Pull it
Yeah, that's
together.
cool at lesbian school.
Pull it together.
Do we just need to rename the GemStars the lesbians?
No.
No,
No.
No.
Anyway.
Oh, another bisexual disaster.
It happened
I'm
again.
pretty sure so does Ace.
It's a teenager
so
stuff.
Amber calls Ruby.
I assumed it was kind of like a group thing.
Yeah.
Amber initiates the group chat.
There we go. They
That's
started the
basic.
call.
They've posted up the link in Discord.
Right.
Let's go! Link.
So we're ready. Where should we meet?
It might be best for us to come to you, and then we work out a way to get into Larimar. That's where I'm thinking Acasta would be.
Yeah, that's
I
my-
will-
Wherever Costa is, he's likely closer to you guys than he is to us.
Amber,
No, we don't know where Acasta is right now.
Amber, that is something that you, I'm going to assume you, like, notably would have been looking for is information on Acasta.
Mhm.
And the last place he was known to be seen was Pearl right after the initial attack.
Does he have like a known residence in Pearl?
A known residence? No. There is a small, it's essentially a barracks
Uh-huh.
in Pearl, where most of the military in Pearl is stationed when they're there.
Okay.
Clearly, they have taken over somewhere else because there are way more soldiers in Pearl right now than usual.
Right. Did my contacts say anything about, any unusual quartering, like people seizing homes or?
They will tell you that the assumption is that the military has taken the Mage Academy.
Yeah, I was just about to say,
as their main base of operations.
Okay.
Just because outside of the rotunda itself, it is the largest building in Pearl. So.
All right. So then, yes. Yeah, I would say, yes, coming to us is probably the best plan then. I was doing some digging from contacts that I have via the consulate, and I think probably our best lead on where Acasta would be right now is that the military have taken over the Mage Academy here in Pearl. That's the last place that anyone I was able to reach has put eyes on him.
Okay. So we can go there and see if he's actually there before we take him down, but my concern is, how it's going to make us look also, because this guy he has a lot of power right now, and the Imperator has been missing for some time, so we can't just go in there and beat up a general. We physically could, but then we have to think about the consequences.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, have we abandoned the hope of being able to reason with him?
I feel like if we walk into his territory, he might not be wanting to reason.
Well, I think it depends on whether we walk or assault.
Do you think we'll be able to walk in without being attacked first?
Yes.
On
Because only 5 of you will be walking in, escorting Kingsley.
Wait. What?
Elaborate?
They want me.
This plan.
They want me. I detransform. You say that you found me, and you talked to me, and you assured my safety so that I would come in and answer any and all questions that they have. But that I agreed to only speak to Acasta.
But you'll be in the middle of a significant amount of military force without your gem powers activated.
I walk up to Ruby and I grab her hand and look her in the eye and say, I trust you.
We visual. Half of us can't see.
Can everyone please make me just a general intelligence check, please?
That's a worrying question.
That's never something you want to hear. The plan you just came up with that you thought was pretty good.
Never give me 5 minutes and then I can get that roll to load for you.
That's a natural 1 for a 4.
Oof. Maybe we need to wait for me to get that roll going.
What?
I got a 19.
You're looking for intellect.
Looking for roll 20 to load.
It's
There it is. Jeez Louise.
Oh wow.
That's
if you have any bonuses that usually work with intellect, you can apply them to this.
Oh. Okay. Ish. Blah.
How do I know if I have any of those?
Usually, like an advantage or something like that would
Yeah,
offer.
if you have something like eidetic memory or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I can't.
I have streetwise. That's why I re-rolled. There
Okay.
you go.
So both you so Emerald, as you're saying, I trust you. You suddenly remember, crap.
Don't trust her.
The last time they saw me there and found out I was with all of the GemStars.
Well, the last time that person. I'm not sure. Wait, what are you referring to?
When you were depowered
Yeah.
during the kidnap rescue,
Uh-huh.
all of the other GemStars were with you.
Yeah.
She saw you go from being a GemStar to being Kingsley.
Yeah.
That's how she knows who you are.
Yeah.
So if we escort you, it isn't a fake get us trust.
If she is working with Acasta, we haven't seen hide nor hair of her since then. We don't know where she is. I mean, I guess if she's with Acasta at the
Well, it's not even so much Acasta as you know for a fact that she is a member of the Black Diamonds,
Which is the elite.
which is the disavowed secret military organization, the MI6 of Lafandi, if you will.
Yeah.
And they are directly connected with the military.
Okay.
They're part of military intelligence.
So that doesn't hurt my plan though, because that is really just about getting us to Acasta, getting us past guards. And the guards wouldn't necessarily know.
That's probably true. But
because, yeah, I mean, we get to Acasta and we start talking. I mean, I'm not intending for us to keep up the charade for very long after we meet Acasta. It's, truthfully coming forward and saying, hey.
So just long enough to actually get in to talk to him.
Yeah.
Though he's probably going to know things.
Yeah. And and all the better if he knows, because it's a demonstration of trust. I have made myself vulnerable just to be able to get in to speak with you.
Are we all in the same room now or no?
No, but we're all still speaking telepathically.
Soda's just pacing. That's not a good plan. That is.
Does anyone have a better plan?
We need more layers to it if it's going to work. We have to have a fallback plan or something else going on besides that. That's essentially walking into a trap thinking the kindness of people's hearts will allow us to survive, and that's
not the kindness of people's hearts. We are trusting that Acasta is as smart as people say he is.
But he's not honorable. And that's the problem here.
But we can handle dishonorable.
So we already had a conversation this morning that was overheard about not murdering people. So I don't know where to go from here.
So
we're not murdering anyone.
I mean, I think at the end of the day, either Acasta is reasonable enough to talk to us when we make ourselves known to him,
or he's not.
And if he's not, he's a problem that we need to deal with just as much as we need to deal with Shadowfall.
If he's not, there's going to be a fight regardless. But I think it's worth it to give the chance to avoid the fight.
I just fear that if we go in with the intent of trying to avoid the fight and he doesn't agree to negotiation, we walk into a fight we can't win.
I don't know about a fight we can't win.
If we're walking into a place with multiple military people set up.
Those of you in Pearl have seen how many. So when Amber did the initial scout way back when the first attack happened, I think it was Amber and Sodalite. They both saw how many legions of the military were present in
Yes,
Pearl.
but we're not fighting the legions, we're fighting for an escape, which are two very different things. I don't think we can stand and fight the legions, but I think we could manage an escape.
An escape, yes, but walking and trying to negotiate and failing to make us have to fall back means that he's only going to increase security and make him harder to deal with. I'm not sure what
I mean, if anybody has a suggestion other than what I suggested or going in guns blazing, I'd love to hear it.
I just don't know that going in yet when we don't know what we're going to do might not be
at minimum, there's two options here. Alexandrite and I can try to sneak in to give ambush if something goes on, or we figure out a third location to meet up for an exchange, and we still have a way to scout out and prep things if it goes sideways. But walking into a building that is literally the overflow of the barracks, and that building is bigger than the barracks itself, that's a death trap. You're hoping for an escape as your first option. That should not be your first option.
It's not my first option. Talking to him is my first option, because you're forgetting one thing. If we plan something, then we give time for Acasta to plan. With what I'm suggesting, he has no time to plan. He has to rely on whatever he's got available to him. If we set up a third location, he can plan.
We walk into the place where he's already been planning, and he already has the resources there.
But he was not planning on us showing up at his front door.
No.
If people would feel better, we have multiple means of escape. One of us could stay in Galliana, and then everybody else can port to them if things go sideways.
Not to Galliana.
Braylon can transform into lightning, run away, and we can port to Braylon. We have options to get out.
Those options are... We also don't know what face he's going to show up wearing.
All right, you guys
reason
don't know
he was-
about that yet.
What do you
No.
mean?
What do you mean?
Have you told anyone about that?
No.
What do you mean?
The reason he was able to assault Hydrox and the others is because he wore someone else's face and body. And even though he's a military man, he had magic to make himself look and sound like someone else.
When did you learn this?
How did you?
Sodalite GemStar is awesome. It lets me see things every now and then. And I'm telling you, that man cannot be trusted, and he is not honorable. He already has the upper hand, and you want to walk into the place where he is most likely set up to have all of the cards, and you will be standing there not powered up, wanting to escape after talks fail. Talks are going to fail. He has something else going on, and seeing as the black diamonds are involved, it's not good. It can't be good. And you want to risk yourself. And I get it that, a lot of stuff happened yesterday. You're reacting out of an emotional place, and we need to keep a level head right now. And walking you in unpowered into the fortress of the enemy that we know of, without knowledge of the enemy we don't know of, means you are at most risk of dying. And I don't think anyone here is willing to let that happen.
You were wrong about one thing.
Okay.
I'm not responding out of emotion. This is maybe the calmest and rational I've been in the last 24 hours. No, 25 hours. LaFondia has 25 hours. Deal with it.
So much easier to count that way.
I have no illusions as to the level of risk that I am taking. I also know that we have not come up with a better option. Giving him a heads up to meet us in a third location is a worse option. We
What
give
if
time to expect and to plan for this specific situation?
What if the third location is still something he can't prep for, and at the same time we get allies in the process?
I'm listening.
Mari, do you want to do that thing again, but in the middle of the foyer, and wake up a bunch of people and get their attention?
You want me to go into the consul's place and turn a bunch of people back from Solus in a big group and pray to God that I can get them all out really quick before any of the other Solus notice that they aren't Solus? Because I can do that.
I mean, I think it'd be a lot of fun to collect all the Solus in one area and let you do your thing. And then we'll have a bunch of political allies seeing Solus become not Solus. Military can't keep that many people hidden away the way they are right now.
I like the unexpected and disruptive nature of it.
Are you saying because
I'm not seeing step 2.
Because it's a bigger problem that they've been causing for us, of something insane happening at one moment, and then we force them to negotiate with us at that moment as soon as things get out, or else they don't have another chance to negotiate.
So you're saying we pick the lobby.
Amber and I know the consulate layout pretty well.
So to make sure that I understand, you're saying that we're picking the place to meet Acasta as the consulate. And the way we're asking him to meet us is for Mary to heal all the Solus.
At least most.
Or as many as possible.
Okay. No, I apologize if I sound
No, you're fine.
Doubtful. I just wanted to make sure I understood what you're saying. That's not a bad idea.
I think it's better than walking into his realm or giving him time to understand.
Yeah.
It could at least give us an angle politically to deal with, having an entire general against us.
Just pointing
Yeah.
And even if he does know where to meet us, he won't have the advantage of numbers that he would have in the school, even if he knows the location.
In addition, if we have enough people, because I can get a bunch, and if we need, we can try to bring maybe 1 or 2 of the people here with us to watch, so they have a secondary seeing of we are saving these Solas. If he can't attack us there. If we have political allies, I would argue, unless he wants to make an enemy of them, because if I've just saved a bunch of people's lives, I don't see how he can reasonably.
Well, he did turn them into Solus, so we need to keep that in mind.
He did, and if he does that again, it's a matter of trying to minimize his being able to get them all.
But I think there are some things we need to think through and make sure we account for.
Light?
Hi, yes, sorry.
You are aware that he did not turn them into Solus.
Yeah.
That may be an important piece of information to share with the class.
Yes, thank you.
But he was with the person who did, right?
And yes, so he didn't. He set the trap to allow...
Yes.
I'm just going to say something else, because that was not a full LaFondy look, or if it was, too much like those pretty gems out of the bad people.
So first thing is, did you all get a good, thorough look at the consulate to know where the Solus are, what guards are there, that kind of thing? Do we truly know?
All the guards are outside. There is a massive group in the
from what you have seen of the rotunda,
Mhm.
which is the large entryway. So the White Storm Rotunda it's a huge building complex, and it's very sort of it's a little bit Grecian, a little bit Roman, sort of mashed together. If we were talking about it from our perspective of cultures,
architectural history.
Yeah, sure. So there's one big building that is basically the entryway. And it's a lot more shotgun. It's not really shotgun, but it's a lot longer than it is wide. And it's sort of a foyer, and it's a lot of public gatherings, basic public gatherings happen there. Anytime that voting for anything is happening, it happens in that area. And then beyond that is a large garden, an open air garden with columns and whatnot. It's still very clearly part of the building because it has a colonnade running down to the main section of the building, which is the rotunda itself, which is the Senate chambers, and below that is all of the the various offices. And there are some other things off to the sides of the actual main Senate chamber where political gatherings happen. And then down below that is where all of the offices and administrative stuff occurs. So from what you've seen, and you did not actually see most of the rotunda building itself, you have seen some of the hallways in the administrative section and the entryway. The entryway was barren of anyone. The administrative area that you saw was filled with Solus.
Okay. So all right. Next question. Here's what I am seeing. You sneak into the rotunda.
Easy. Done.
Exactly. We all teleport to you. Mari goes off like a big healing bomb. But then what do we've healed the Solus. What do we do? What's the next step? We still gotta get Acasta to us.
I believe Amber is raising a mental hand.
Yes, Amber, you have the floor.
Would you like to share something with the class, Amber?
You have the talking stick.
The talking stick.
So this attempt to speak with Acasta is predicated on the idea that whatever our differences with Acasta are, we could ally with him against the Empress, correct?
With an acknowledgement of the idea that he may be working with the Empress.
That's what I'm worried about.
I think we need to give that possibility a lot more weight.
Yes.
And as the GemStars give that possibility a lot more weight, we're going to go ahead and take our break.
We're going to give a lot more weight.
It is 9:30, so we are actually late for a break. We're going to get up, stretch our legs, refill our beverages.
Restart a computer.
In some cases, restart our computers. And we will be back in 5 to 10 minutes. Enjoy the beautiful Admiral.
I'll show it to you right now.